What's going on, guys? Sinister here, back with another 2K video. It's been a year since I've done a video like this. Last time I released the roster, the full roster for 2K16. That video has over 51,000 views. I'm pretty sure my video was the #1 viewed video on YouTube, at least for roster, you know, going over it. So I made sure I drove to GameStop at like 9:30 in the morning to pick this thing up so we can get the same video out. I want you guys to share it, like, comment. Make sure you get this video around. I want the same success the last video had for this one. Keep the trend going. So, like I said, we're gonna go over the roster, and we're starting off. Something cool they added. They added an all players, so like you can view basically highest rating to lowest. So they have the 2 Michael Jordans, Magic, 2 other Michael Jordans. You know, they did all of that. So that's actually pretty cool. Something they added, something new. Haven't seen that. We're gonna start it off. We're gonna go through, you know, the current roster, and then I might look at the historics just to see who's on there, and I'm gonna quickly go over the like European teams. But we'll hop into the Sixers. We'll hop into the Sixers. We already knew Ben Simmons had the 79. Jahlil Okafor goes up. I think he was at a 78. He's got a 79. Embiid surprising with the 77. Noel 77. Actually, we're gonna go to the attribute view and do this to make it a little more simpler. I'm gonna kind of go over, and you can pause it if you want to see something specific. Daro Sarek with the 74 is actually a lot higher than I thought it would be. I'm not gonna lie. Giannis an 83. I think he dropped 1 point. Where? Who was I looking for? I was looking for. Oh, yeah, Thonmaker 71. Actually, that's a little higher than I thought he would be. What is this 3? He has a 3.74 rating. Okay, I knew he could shoot, but a 74. Touche. Jimmy Butler with an 88. Dwayne Wade with an 87 overall. Wow. All right. So Rondo with an 81. The big problem with this team right here, look at that 3-point rating. Look at that, 76, 74, 75. They don't got their best 3-point shooter, aside from McBuckets, is their power forward. So it's going to be interesting to see how that works out. Denzel getting a 72. They don't got that deep of a bench either, so I'm kind of excited to see what they'll do. I don't think they're going to do great, but I don't think they'll do bad either. LeBron with a 96. Pretty sure he's the highest rated. Kyrie up to an 89. So they're starting 5 all above 80s aside from JR, and then I'm pretty sure, again, if you move Tristan Thompson power forward, he's going to go up even more. That's my boy Birdman. There we go, 73. Going to be excited to see him play again. Loved him on Denver. That was my favorite team, if you guys didn't know that, so I'm a big Birdman fan. Jordan McRae with a 79. All right, giving the young man some props. Oh, wow, Al Horford an 85. Okay, so he jumped up a couple spots. So you got Isaiah and Al Horford. Jay Crowder, Avery Bradley, their starting lineup is solid. All 85s aside from, I guess we need a power forward, so Amir Johnson, unless you want to put Olynyk there. But, so I'm kind of excited to see what the Celtics can do this year. I've always just had respect for them as a franchise, so that'll be cool to see. Chris Paul, 91. Blake Griffin, an 87, so he's dropped a little bit. DeAndre, an 85. See, no one knew. They picked up Raymond Felton. I must have missed that one. Paul Pierce dropped to a 73, man. Age. Good old age. Diamond Stone is only a 66. I guess, I mean, he probably wasn't picked up that high. I don't know where he went in the draft. I just remember, I'm a West Virginia fan, so I had to witness him ball out a lot, so. On Maryland. Gasol an 85. Conley an 85. So I think he did went up. I think he ended 2K16 with like an 83, so he went up a little bit. See, they went big money. This is a hit or miss team right here. They went big on Conley. Gasol's already making a lot of money, and they put a lot of money into Chandler Parsons. So we're gonna see how that plays out. But I mean, statistically, they got a solid. Their bench, though, their bench is weak. Aside from, I guess Tony Allen would be starting. So yeah, aside from Tony Allen, no, he's a starter. I mean, you got Brandon Wright and Vince Carter and Jeff Green as your best bench players. Like, man, I don't know. That's all. That starting lineup's gonna have to put in work. Paul Millsap an 86, Dwight Howard 84, and then here comes the youth movement. No more Jeff Teague. We got Dennis Schroeder at a 78. Kyle Korver, man, didn't he start off in like 2K16 like an 80 something? It's down to a 76 now. Still got that 3-point rating. Thiago Splitter, man. I don't know. I guess for 2K16 standards, I was like, I never picked up Thiago because he was making like 9 million a year, but now that's nothing with this cap spike, which is still stupid. The Heat, Chris Bosh, Hassan Whiteside with the 86s. No more Dwayne Wade. That's weird, man. Goran Dragic. Justice Winslow moved up to a 77, not bad. Tyler Johnson and Justin Richardson. Oh, jeez. Josh Richardson getting 75. So they got a nice youth movement going on with them. I mean, if you want to count Whiteside, maybe. I don't know. And Justice Winslow, so Dion Waiters, if he can ever evolve. Oh, I didn't realize the Heat picked up Derrick Williams either. So, yeah, I didn't keep up on free agency after the first, like, couple weeks. Roy Hibbert went to Charlotte. I forgot about that. Aside from Kemba Walker, without Horford leaving, the Hornets are kind of screwed. Kid Gilchrist can only defend. He never developed a shot. They signed Batum. I think a little too much. I know 3-and-D players are highly respected around the league, but $20 million, man, for Batum. I don't know. Maybe I'm just stingy with spending money. Frank Kaminsky's a 74. I don't remember him doing much last year. I think it's a little high. Aaron Harrison ended up getting signed. The Jazz. Look at that Jazz roster. All of them an 80 except for Alex Burke. All right, you got Derek Favors, Gordon Hayward up to an 84, Rudy Gobert to an 81, and Rodney Hood moved up to an 80. So, yeah, solid. And they got solid bench, too. You got Joe Johnson, who finally found his game again with the Heat a little bit last year. George Hill. Dante Exum's still young, only 21. So, the Jazz are gonna... And you got Boris Diaw. I forgot they signed him. He's a great role player. I mean, he can shoot, he can rebound, he can pass at the power forward. Like, I mean, this dude is all-around complete role player. So it's going to be exciting to see them play. And they're really young, too. I mean, 25, 26, 24. Yeah, the oldest player is Joe Johnson, who can be like their mentor. Like, that's crazy. The Kings. You got Boogie, and then that's it. Boogie. He's their team. You got an aging Rudy Gay. Collinson to 77. He's dropped a little bit. Flalo's dropped. Matt Barnes. I mean, poor Boogie, man. I know he wants to be traded. King Sands are like, nah, dude, he loves it here. You really think he loves it here? Especially when who did they draft? They drafted, let's do right here. I'm not even going to try to say his name. And they end up going Scal as well. So you already got Boogie starting. And you had Willie Cauley-Stein that you drafted last year. And then you draft 2 more centers this year. On top of already having Costa Koufos. Yeah, I'd say Boogie wants to be traded. The Knicks. Everyone is going crazy about the Knicks. Derrick Rose called them a super team. All right, look. You got paper players. Melo. Again, I'm a Nuggets fan, so I always love Melo. Porzingis. I mean, that's all I gotta say. He's good. Derrick Rose. Again, paper player. He had an MVP season, but Mr. Glass knees, dude. If he can hold up, sure. And if he can go back to what he was. Joakim Noah, I think, is really overrated. And he's aging as well. And then Courtney Lee. And then who you got coming off the bench? Brandon Jennings and Kyle O'Quinn? Like, they have no depth whatsoever. And with how injury-prone Derrick Rose is, Melo has had some injuries the last couple seasons, just getting up there in age. Joakim, I mean, I don't see much happening for the Knicks. So that's just my opinion. Full youth movement right here. Not even a single person above 80 overall, but young players. Russell only had a 79. That's a little low for me. Lillard Dang with a 78. Brandon Ingram got a 78. I mean, look at this. 24, 21, 19, 20. Young team. A lot of promise if they can just develop. They need that role player. And I guess Luol Deng will bring that mentorship to them. So, you also got Jose Calderon's there, too. Again, the Magic. I forgot they got rid of Serge Ibaka. Dropped to a 79. Wasn't it like 2K14? Didn't he have like an 85 or 86? He's dropped a lot, man. I thought he was a lot older than 26 as well. They did sign Bismack Biyombo, put $15 million into Jeff Green though, but it's only a 1-year deal, so I guess can't really complain. Steven Zimmerman, I thought he'd be a little higher than a 67. AJ Hammonds too. I don't know. Seth Curry's got a 72. All right, Darren Williams up to a 76, or down to a 76, I should say. Poor Mavericks, they got to find a way to rebuild. They put a lot of money into Harrison Barnes and a lot of money, well, not a lot into Bogut. It's only 1 year, but a lot into Harrison Barnes for someone who you could say has been carried by Steph, so, and Clay and all them. So we'll see how this actually pans out for them. Another team that's just aging and not anything going for them. No draft picks. They got Brook Lopez and that's it. You know, you got Bojan. They signed Jeremy Lin, signed Luis Scola, signed Trevor Book. Man, they signed a lot of people. I mean, Rondé Hollins-Jefferson is like their only young, promising prospect, if you want to count Brook Lopez maybe, but I don't see him staying very long. And, I mean, they signed Anthony Bennett. That's how, you know, that's what they're resorting to. So, the only team that matters in this game, right here, baby. The Nuggets Nation, let's get it. Danilo at an 80 and Kenneth Faried at an 80. Okay, so I think Danilo dropped 1. But with his injury, if he can stay healthy, if I just want one season where Gallo stays completely healthy, guarantee you he moves up to about an 85 or an 86. Guarantee you. but he's not going to stay healthy, so it's not going to happen. Nikola Jokic, 79. All right, I think that's a little underrated. I'd honestly expected him about 81, 82. He balled out last. I think he was 3rd in Rookie of the Year voting, only behind Cat and Porzingis. So his three-pointer, I think, is a little low. His potential better be up, though. That's all I'm saying. I got to check that. 85. That's what I like to see. Okay, I can deal with that. Will Barton dropped a little bit. I think he was a 79 or 80. Moutier moved up, actually, after his really bad... Well, analytically bad, but I still have promise. I mean, he's 20 years old. He's leading a young team. You can't expect a whole lot right away. Gary Harris, Jamal Murray, a solid 75, and I'm going to move him to shooting guard when I do, like, my GM to get him to go up a little bit. So we'll see. Nurkic ended up dropping. Didn't Joffrey Laverne get traded to the Thunder? I don't know. Maybe that was... I'm pretty sure he did get traded, so we'll have to end up switching that. These probably aren't updated, so... Malik Beasley get his 69, and Juan Hernangomez getting a 68. So a lot of promise on this team. I cannot wait to play with them. Paul George, 89. Picked up Jeff Teague. Picked up Al Jefferson. Actually, yeah. I don't know why this just occurred to me. I think I said the Hornets lost Al Horford. No, they lost Al Jefferson. That's what I meant to say. Myles Turner, another guy I'm really excited to see play. I've always been a nice Myles Turner fan. Dude's got a lot of game. He's got a nice mid-range jumper, too. So I think he stretched that out to the 3. Well, that'll be nice. Monte Ellis aging. Again, a team with not a lot of promise outside of George. Maybe Teague. Jefferson, if he can, regain some of that good post offense. I guess Thaddeus Young's they got a lot of like potential. Like they could either do pretty solid this year or kind of just fall into that like subpar 500 looking outside in the playoffs. So just whether or not they mesh, we'll have to see. Pelicans, Anthony Davis, and then a bunch of nobodies. Drew Holiday will not be playing, at least for a while, as you know, to take care of his wife. Tyreek, Buddy Hield had a 75. Okay, so him and Jamal Murray both got a 75 rating. Amir Ashik. Oh, I didn't know the Pelicans got Terrence Jones either. Alright, Alonzo G. Andre Drummond, Reggie Jackson, Caldwell Pope 79. I thought he'd be about an 80, but Tobias Harris, a lot of money still into him. He hasn't really panned out. Stanley Johnson moved up a little bit. Boban. Everybody loves Boban. CSB made everybody love Boban Marjanovic. I don't think there was a rebuilding video where he did not pick up Boban. And rightfully so. He's 7'3" and he cost like $500,000 last year or something like that. Everybody loves Boban. But look at the Pistons bench. Ish Smith is a 75. John Lur 75. Boban 75. Stanley Johnson 75. They got a solid bench, so that'll be their key point to doing something this year. And you got Drummond. If he can hit a free throw, he'd probably be the best. Well, no, I still think that'll always go to Boogie. The Raptors looking promising. Kyle Lowry moved down a little bit. I think he was up to a 90 at one point. He moved down. That weight loss really helped him. Still got DeMar, Jonas getting up. I was about to say getting up there in age. I was thinking of someone else. Not Jonas. Jonas is still young. Jared Sullinger. I was thinking of Pekovic from the Timberwolves. Pat Patterson, Damari Carroll, Corey Jones. They basically kept their entire team, pretty much, aside from picking up Jared Sullinger. James Harden, and then that's it. They dropped $20 million into Ryan Anderson a year. The Nate, that's where the Nate went. Okay, to the Rockets. Cheap deal, too. Eric Gordon. I forgot he went there, too. Not bad price. And not much else on this team. The Spurs, the other stacked team. Kawhi Leonard's up to a 93. All right, Kawhi, I see you. I'm a big Kawhi fan, too. Aldridge at an 88. Powell at an 84, so Powell dropped a little bit. Tony Parker, Ginobili, Danny Green. Then Andre Miller. Okay, he got released. So, DeJounte Murray. Going to be excited to see what all of the... If 19-year-old kid, if he can be mentored by this team, man, ooh, that is going to be scary. A lot of these young guys. I mean, look what Kawhi's already done under, like, Tim Duncan and stuff, so this is going to be interesting. The Suns, I mean, you got Bledsoe, and that's it. A young team, but they did really bad last year. You still got Devin Booker, who's a marksman and a half. Not sure. I also thought he played point guard. No. TJ Warren, again, young. Got a lot of young players, but, man, aside from Tyson Chandler, his contract's a little ridiculous for his age and what he's done, but Dragon Bender at the center position. I feel like he was power forward more or less. 72. All right. This is a guy I'm not high on at all. And I know a lot of people said that about like Porzingis, but the difference is, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, Porzingis was a lot more highly scouted coming out of, where's he from? It's not Lithuania. I don't even know. Porzingis has been playing basketball his entire life, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it was him. He did a documentary, and like he's picked up a basketball as a kid and has loved it and played it ever since. And he got a lot of time. Dragon did not play much overseas because overseas it's, you know, the elders first, they get the playing time. So he doesn't have a lot of that experience to play, and he's still 18, and he's a lot undersized. I mean, he's 2 inches shorter than Porzingis for one, so there's that. I mean, again, once you're 7 foot, does it really matter? But those 2 inches can make a difference. And even though they're the same age, I just feel like Porzingis had so much more experience coming out, and I just don't see him panning out. I mean, maybe he could end up by the end of his career at like 2K standards, an 82 overall, maybe averaging 13 points, 8 rebounds. That's my optimistic for Dragon Bender. I just don't see a lot coming from him, in my opinion. I could be wrong, and I hope he proves me wrong. So Westbrook at a 93, and then after that, Steven Adams, the good New Zealander, Enes Kanter. One of them are going to be traded, more than likely Kanter, just because, I mean, I think Steven Adams is better anyway. He's younger, he's got a less contract, so. And I'm pretty sure they did trade Joffrey Laverne. They did get Joffrey Laverne, so. We got Oladipo, too, a nice compliment to Westbrook. Ilyasova they picked up through that trade with the Pistons. Still got Roberson, but their bench, again, oof. It's going to be a long year for OKC, unless Westbrook can put this team on his back. And I mean, like, literally pick up all these players and run them down the court. That's what it's going to take. This team right here. This team, man. When I do my rebuilding series, this is what I cannot wait to get to the Timberwolves. Karl-Anthony Towns is an 88 overall. 20 years old, second year in the league, 88. I mean, what else is there to say? This dude has already established himself as a top 3 center in the NBA in his second year. Behind like Boogie and maybe Drummond. Like that's it. Wiggins an 82. He hasn't sparked like he was supposed to. He's supposed to, like, you know, take a year or two and just become the next big thing. Maybe it's taking a little longer for him to develop, but once he gets a shot, I think that's what he needs, is a nice shot, because he is playing, he was playing the shooting guard position, but I think with Levine coming into his own, it's going to be Rubio, Levine, Wiggins, probably Garnett and Towns. So you might see a lot more of him. Chris Dunn has a 77. Wow. I think that's a little high for Chris Dunn. I could be wrong. But Jordan Hill, I did not realize they signed him. You got Garnett down here. They have a lot of centers, though. This is who, yeah. They got Pekovic, Aldridge, Jordan Hill, Gorgie Dang, and Karl-Anthony Towns. So you might need to get rid of a little bit of them. Portland Trailblazers, Lillard just shy of that 90 overall. CJ McCollum 83. So this team is pretty much the same from 2K16. They didn't really add much. They did get Evan Turner, however. And outside of that, that's about it. Festus Ezeli as well. Actually, that's a decent contract for him. Only $8 million a year for a nice, solid backup center. Not bad. Noah Vonleh never panned out again. Didn't they take him like 4th overall? Or the Hornets did, I think. He is another one that just didn't do much. Jake Layman, 86 overall, 68 overall. Now we come to the biggest bullshit of this game, and I am not playing online because everybody's going to use the Warriors. Am I the only one who uses their favorite team? Like I only use the Nuggets and the Cavs because I'm from Ohio? Or does everybody just love the Warriors now? That's all people are going to use. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant. You have 4 people with a 90 or above. And you know how much cheese it's going to be? This is all they're going to do. They're going to do what the Warriors do in real life. They're going to set picks and pass until someone's wide open, because 3-point ratings. Your starting lineup. Let's assume they'll start... point guard, shooting guards. They need a center, so put Julia. Their starting lineup has 3-point ratings of a 99, a 98, a 90, an 80. Actually, let's say they put Durant, like people who play 2K, they're going to put Durant power forward, Draymond center. You got 99, 90, 98, 80, 80. I mean, that's just ridiculous. I don't even want to think about it. I don't. And next team is the Wizards, John Wall, and then blah. kind of like a lot of these teams have gone. Jamal with an 88. I think he was at a 90 at the end of 2K16, so he did drop a little bit. Bradley Beal with the 79, getting that massive contract in the offseason. Still got Gortat, aging a lot. Otto Porter finally came into his own last year, so we'll see what he can do. They did get Ian Mahimi. Still have Markieff Morris on the team. And that's about it. Kelly Oubre Jr. didn't get a lot of playing time. They picked up Trey Burke, or they traded for him. I didn't know that. So I'm kind of excited to see what Kelly Oubre Jr. can do. If he gets a little more playing time, he's a solid three-point shooter. Hopefully he can be like Porter and Beal and just kind of break out of nowhere. All right, so these are the Euro teams. If you want, I'm gonna go through. You can pause at any time. I really don't want to go through these. Oh, that's Bogdan. He's not in Euro. What? Okay, whatever. See if I recognize anybody. Wow. All right, 84 overall. Sergio. No, see, they don't update this because Sergio's on the Sixers right now. So I think this is just the same teams. Andre Nocioni. Wow, he's old now, isn't he? 36. These are just the same teams that they used last year. So really no point going over these because they didn't update them. All right, legendary teams. I'm pretty sure they kept the same teams and they're gonna have the same overalls. If you'd like to pause again, you can. We'll see if there's anyone different that I can think or that I notice. I don't think there is. No, yeah, they used the same teams as last year, which they added more, so I'm happy with that. All right, free agency, Norris Cole with the 74, Mario Chalmers, 74, Lance is still a free agent, there's Andre. JJ, Russell Weller has a 73 overall. He hasn't played in like 4 years. TJ McConnell is a free agent. The Sixers released him. Wow, I didn't know that. Gary Neal, Ty Lawson. Some of these aren't updated because I'm pretty sure Ty Lawson signed with the Kings. If I'm not mistaken, he reunited with George Karl and he signed with the Kings. Kevin Martin, still a free agent. So JaVale ended up signing with somebody, I'm pretty sure too. So there are some of the free agents. If you want to go through that, we're out at 70s now, so we'll go ahead and stop. And then again, you can view the all players to see everything if you want to go by that. So that is going to wrap up this video, guys. I'm pretty sure I went through everything. Yeah, that's going to wrap it up, guys. If you did enjoy it, like I said, be sure to share this around to get it going, because my 2K16, yeah, the Sixers, don't make fun of me, 2K16 roster video was the most popular on YouTube with like 51,000 views. I want this one to do the same. I'm going to put out 2K content a lot more now. I kind of slacked off with 2K16 and leaned towards Smite a lot more, but now that this game just came out, I'm going to be doing a rebuilding series, hopefully getting that video up today, if not for sure tomorrow. It's going to be the same as I did last year. I'm going to start with the worst team and work my way up and hopefully actually get through all 30 teams this time. So we'll start with the worst record from last year and move our way up to the best record from last year. And then once I get done with that, or if it gets too boring after I get the good teams, I'll do like throwback rebuildings like the Nuggets 94 season, kind of like CSB does. Shout out to CSB though too. He really made rebuildings a thing. I love CSB. If you don't know who that is, why you watch 2K videos? Well, that's gonna wrap it up, guys. As always, again, be sure to subscribe, drop it a like. Social media links are in the description, including Twitch. I usually stream Smite on Twitch, but I could try to stream some My Park or Pro-Am games, or even a rebuilding series straight off of Twitch. So if you would like to see those, be sure to follow me on that. As always, guys, thank you so much for the support, and I'll see you again soon.